So I'm reading this book with my oldest child who is 10, and there's a character in the story who is really grappling with his morality and whether or not his actions justify the means. And this is a philosophical question that philosophers don't generally agree upon. And so it's not a question that I am necessarily going to answer. It's one that I'm going to pose because I'm really curious how people react to this question. So basically, this character's name is Shinley, and he is attempting to release the ancient ones who are his ancestors from a spell. But to do this, he has taken actions that go against his moral compass. He performed a spell that basically obliterated an entire field full of plants that a village relied upon. And so he's really trying to figure out whether or not his actions that have severe negative consequences justify his uh, trying to do something that is really positive, which is release these people who have been in a slumber for centuries that need to be released. And he feels very strongly that it's important to release them. But he's concerned that through the process of uh, releasing his ancestors, that he is becoming evil. And his actions are kind of transforming him from the lightness to the darkness. And so, my question to you is, at what point uh, do you cross over that light and darkness line? How do you maintain your humanity? How do you keep your moral compass in a place that keeps you comfortable um, when trying to do something good, even when you're doing things that you might not necessarily do if you weren't trying to accomplish something that you felt was for the greater good? My name is Vanessa Y. Rogers. I'm a storyteller and arts integrator educator. And I am also the podcast hostess of Fabric of Folklore, which is a podcast where we look at the intricacies of folklore and storytelling and the history that kind of makes these stories. So I love these types of questions. That stories really help us to think through. And that's really the purpose of stories, I think, is to ask these deeper questions. So how do you answer this question for yourself? Where is the line for you? How do you maintain your moral compass?